Hello and welcome to the Kundalini podcast. That was Zen. This is Tao. I'm Vivek Kovekar. Namaste. This is episode 98. And I'd like to talk about a subject very dear to me, which, if you have watched the previous videos, you know that this has been a common theme in my life, is removal of programming and what kinds of programming. So, a specific kind of programming that I can talk about is comparison. Now, for whatever reason, sometimes parents want you to perform well in school, or friends, peer pressure. Oh, look, this guy's doing this. You have to catch up in your studies or with sports, etc. That's natural. But we make ourselves an infinite loop that keeps going around and never realizing that the root cause is craving and these mechanisms of comparison, of feeling lack by comparison to others. In a very simple statement, in a nutshell, I can say, if you stop that, your life immediately gets better. Like recently, because my Taoist approach brings me to bring things less and less in your life, only what is needed, and drop the craving through methods like, maybe discard something that you loved a lot. You used it, but you wanted to keep using it, like a sweatshirt or something. And I make it a point to throw it away sometimes and be without it. Something I could not do without it. Hey, it's better to lose that attachment. And it works. That method works. It brings you back mindfully in your mindfulness practice. It brings you back to the awareness that was a craving. Yes, of course, you'll get another sweatshirt that will become your favorite, or that pattern continues. But now there is an awareness before there was not. Before there was just this loop going on constantly, and you applied it to your grades in school. You applied it to your studies, your athletic performance. Some friend has a watch. Like I was a collector of watches. Now I'm wearing a $15 digital watch from Amazon. And it's providing me excellent service. So now it's about just, do I get the time at the right point when I need it without having to look at my phone, because the battery might be dead sometimes, or, a wristwatch was a habit I picked up before during the analog days. But it's been whittled down to that one watch, which is functional and utilitarian. Similarly, I have a good pair of shoes, utilitarian. And what serves the need, and then you go do what you need to do. Comparison takes a wrecking ball to all of this thinking, and then you have to be aware of the comparison and hidden triggers within you set up in childhood for doing that. For example, if someone wants to, there is a trend where a musician, usually in hip-hop, picks a feud with somebody, and there was a recent something going on. It's headlines grabbing, and it's fun entertainment. It's feeding the gossip tabloid cycle, and those news outlets creates publicity. Okay, I can understand the concept behind it, but then it comes to laughable things like one person pointing out that he's worth certain zeros after a 1, 9 zeros instead of just 6, and that becomes a comparison. And sometimes I wonder, again, I understand it's the art form and it's a necessity for that. I wonder if, a person who, like I say, in one lifetime went from making what is considered a lower income in this country, in the United States, about $25,000 a year, barely getting by, suddenly lucks on a job which is $100,000, and now thinks they are rich in their mind. Whereas a person who used to make $1 million a year, but it was just from an inheritance or some sources where they were not working hard, and now they have to work hard, but they just make $100,000 a year, and they feel, I have come down. Now imagine those two people, because of economic circumstances, having to become roommates. Two people, one person saying, wow, I have moved into this apartment with a roommate, but hey, a much better apartment than I could have afforded with my previous income. Thank you, God. Other person says, oh God, I had to give up my own mansion and live with a roommate. See? So It's the same as winning a gold medal, silver medal, and a bronze medal. And the bronze medalist could be jumping for joy because never expected to make the team, never expected to represent the country, and never expected to do so good that, hey, I'm third. These people, I was watching them on TV in the last Olympics. Now I'm third on the podium with them. Get out. That is amazing. The guy on the gold medal stand is the current world record holder and failed to break the world record, but only won the gold medal because, of course, I'm going to show up and just win the gold medal. That is expected of me. I didn't win. I didn't break not only the world record, I didn't even beat my personal best. And even the championship meet that I'm in, I didn't break the best record for that. And that person is sad with the gold medal. That is what comparison does to us. You see, it is about your mindset. I have a mindset because of my process and what I've been saying in these videos, my methods, to wake up and say thank you, God, every single morning. I have an issue with settling my thoughts in the morning. That is a remnant of this rat race that I was in. I was in the 9 to 5 and being obsessed with moving up the career ladder, etc. That put a lot of junk in my mind. That is difficult to discard so easily. But I'm fortunate that God gave me the opportunity at least to come to that realization now, after discarding a lot of other issues. So this is one that I realized just recently, and the huge difference 1 year makes, because COVID happened. Before COVID, our priorities were different. Me, for example, I was enamored by celebrity. I came to Los Angeles and wow, this is Hollywood. This is where movies are made and music industry. I was just stars in my eyes. And COVID happened and suddenly medical information became important. All of the people in the past that may not have paid attention to their life and not been at all focusing on anything that now they find very meaningful. And it's like, wow, what a difference a year makes, because it made me reassess my priorities. And again, like I said, entertainment is amazing, music is amazing, movies are amazing. But now I'm thinking more of, am I talking to my loved ones? What was I doing before? I mean, I was trying to work hard and obsessively do things which I had now decided to do instead of the rat race. But I was carrying the mindset with me. So that was my realization. Hey, sit back, relax, enjoy a little, take it easy. If you bring the same anxiety into this new activity, nothing has changed. So you're still the same person. So the person, hopefully, let's say, best case scenario, 2 roommates, both making 100,000 and now living as roommates. Hopefully, the right kind of osmosis that happens there in mindset, if that person is doing mindfulness practice, is like, hey, wow, this guy is so happy with this. What makes him so happy? And what would make me happy with this income? Joys of finding out something unknown without categorizing it or labeling it as before I was better and now I'm worse. Lo and behold, 1 year later, that person might just be thrilled. Oh, I'm so glad this happened to me. I would have never enjoyed this, this, and this in my previous state of being. And now I can. Thank you, God, for putting this in my place. So if he woke up every morning after watching his roommate and say, okay, now I'm going to change and say, thank you, God, every single morning for this. Wow, this person has achieved this and is happy. So there are lower levels. I don't need to find out. Oh, thank you, God, this is not so bad. I can build back up from here. The upward spiral. And these realizations take you on that upward spiral. It has to be a realization. Affirmations will get you there. If you start saying it in a bad mood, yes, they'll bring you back to that focus on that subject. But realization and understanding, oh, I was doing this and I can switch that. And as soon as I switch that behavior, my whole life changes, because that moment changed, that day changed. And I'm open to discovering new things, new fun, enjoyable, amazing things that I would have never tried before. And oh God, thank you so much for bringing this blessing in my life. I had to change my eyes and way of thinking to see what's right in front of me. An opportunity. Every crisis is an opportunity, I believe. However, sometimes if we don't train ourselves well, when a crisis happens, We're too busy focused on the negatives. In a previous video, I've mentioned, at least half the time, if you focus on your triumphs in the past and how you did do something well, negativity didn't touch you, you were in a zone, and you got things done so well. And that thinking that you can do it again. If I did it once, I can do it again. Immediately changes your mindset. In the same way, if you look at it as an opportunity, you're in a certain mindset. You look at a certain opportunity and make that switch at that minute, better outcomes will come. What helps you train to look for opportunities is this attitude of giving thanks, of gratitude, of finding what the blessings are, count your blessings, as they say, and thanking God for that. All it does is it puts a switch, like a train switches tracks, it puts a switch on your mind, which is absorbed in these thoughts. Now, concerned about them, now emotions, concern, worry, start appearing. And before that takes root and takes you in a certain direction, there is a switch happening by your own self-activated methods, like thank you God, count the blessings, repeated patterns of that. And let's say you do these switches, mini switches, 3 or 4 times a day. Bring back yourself back to track. What is the blessing in this? Thank you God for giving me this. Oh, thank God. Oh, now I'm not comparing to the friend who has a watch collection. Now I'm not comparing to the other person who has something else. I'm happy and content within my own being my own self. And I'll build up from here. Oh, joy. Thank you God for giving me this day, this opportunity, these abilities. And wherever I am, if I stop comparing, is the perfect place for myself to be. This realization comes naturally the more you practice mindfulness. Because mindfulness is always putting one step between you and the event as it is occurring. And you are watching more as an objective witness, an outside observer. And the more you do that, the more there will be opportunities when the pattern comes back, you're in unconscious thought, and you're about to act out, you watch out, you back off. Oh, count your blessings, say thank you. Don't go into unconscious comparison mode. To even be able to know that about yourself, be aware, you have to have a mechanism already that you're practicing in your spare time, drawing one step away from the moment and being a witness. And that comes from mindfulness. So mindfulness has many advantages. One of this, as many layers get peeled off, that I became aware of very recently, is this one. And that's why I'm making this video. The fewer thoughts of comparison you have, and you can accomplish that by immediately switching to thoughts of gratitude, to making yourself aware again, not getting caught in a chain of thought of past programming, which invokes patterns of jealousy, of resentment, of unease, discomfort within your own self. And slowly doing these mini switches of your train going in the right track, where you can avoid going in the wrong track, but you can see that it is headed there through mindfulness, through gratitude. Then by the end of the day, you have saved yourself from a lot of trauma. You're not bringing it upon yourself through your own actions. And that is the advantage of letting go of comparison. I hope you found this helpful. This is Vivek Kovekar signing out. Please like this channel if you like this video, if you liked it. Subscribe to this channel and leave me comments. Your feedback is extremely valuable. It gives me ideas for the next video. So please keep the comments coming. Peace, love, blessings. Be well.